Alright, hey, how you going? So we're back again for another weekly reading. Alright, so what I'm going to do, this is from the 23rd of July to the 29th of July. So what I'm going to do now is just ask my guides, well they're already here, the room's pretty full, to just give the information for all the people out there that are going to watch this or are going to watch this or need this in the future or whatever. Okay. You've been doing a really good job, you know, you've been doing really, really well. And I can feel them going, give yourself a pat on the back. And that includes me as well. They're saying, you know, things have been going really well and you've been flowing really well. And it's about recognizing that and seeing what you're actually doing. And they're saying, cast your mind back, you know, sort of, you get to go back 6 months, I'm getting more 9 to 12 months ago. And they're saying, look at your decisions and the way you carry yourself and what you're doing and what you're looking to accomplish for the future and that sort of thing. And as I said that, they're saying there's a fair few people out there that need to take the blinkers off, because man, what you're looking at is a really sort of small sort of concept of what you are able to make, instead of, you know, getting ahead. Yeah, they're saying don't, you know, take yourself out of the box, grab the box and kick that bastard away and just totally let that go. It's about being expansive. It's about really going, okay, what's going on here? Not what can I create, what is there around me that I'm going to bring into me. So this is anything, man, anything at all. And they're saying as soon as you start sort of looking at getting rid of that framework of what I've done in the past, how I've been able to make things happen, you know, what's been good for me, what are my abilities, you know, going from a past tense. This is really about you going, well, you know, that was then, this is now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some awesome stuff. I'm going to create a holiday. I'm going to create a job promotion. Or they just said a fair few of you need to get rid of your job that you got at the moment. And this partly is about taking a bit of a leap of faith, but it's not really. It's about owning the fact that you've got the power to do this stuff. It's about really putting yourself in the driver's seat. It's about you going, right, this is what I want. Now, not how am I going to get it. I'm going to open myself up to receiving whatever I need to manufacture this event coming towards me or this situation coming towards me. So this isn't about going and getting stuff. This is about you sitting right here and going, I'm doing this because I'm awesome and I'm going to make this happen because I deserve it. Now, this is a big one for a lot of people out there, is about self-worth. So this is really about you seeing what you really want in your wildest dreams, they're saying. So, you know, if you want some more money in your life, don't think about 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever. Go, right, what is it going to feel like to, you know, have, you know, $20 million in the bank? And it's about feeling that, all right. And they're saying, say it, feel it, and visualize it. All right, say it, feel it, visualize it. So it's about saying, yeah, man, I've got all the money in the world. I've got so much money, I can't even spend it all at the moment. Or if you want a job promotion, or if you want, or this is a big one for a fair few people out there, a really beautiful, loving, supportive relationship. All right, this is huge. And they're telling me now's the time. There's a lot of energy around at the moment, which is really going to support this. So, and I can feel this really beautiful, it's like a pinky purple sort of violet sort of wave that's coming in, and they're going, go on man, catch that wave. You know, you don't know how to surf, do some body surfing. You don't know how to body surf, just float there and just let it take you in. So this is really about you going, well, these are all of the things that I want in either a relationship, an employment, you know, employment ways, or money, or housing situation. There's a couple of people out there that want to move house, but they're a bit scared about the finances and that sort of thing. So it's about going, what do I really want? And then it's about visualizing it and seeing it in your mind. And they're going, you only have to do this, you know, you can do it once a day. You can do it up to 3 times if you want to. So visualize that, see it in your mind, have a really clear picture. you know, of what you want. And they're saying a few people out there are going to have a bit of a difficult time having a clear picture of that. So they're going, look, just do your best, all right? Now, the other thing is to feel it. What is it going to feel like to have that $20 million, to have that beautiful relationship, to have a job where you actually jump out of bed and go, yeah, man, I'm pumped for the day. I'm ready to get into work because I really love what I do. You know, or the house, start visualizing, feeling what it would be like to have that. And then actually say it. I put myself in the energy, I put myself in the groove, I put myself in the position of having the most perfect job I could ever imagine, feel and see. I'm going to put myself in the most perfect relationship and so on and so on. So it's about seeing it, feeling it, and then saying it all at the same time. Now they're saying this is going to take about 10 to 30 seconds at the absolute most, and it's about you just, you know, getting rid of anything which could stop that, could hinder that. And it's about you kind of going, right, you know, this is what I want. I'm just going to be in that spot for 30 seconds, for 20 seconds, and I'm going to actually do it. All right, so this is, and they said, man, if you do this for a couple of weeks to a month, not only is it going to change that actually particular aspect that you're talking about, but it's going to change a lot of other things around you. People are going to start shifting in ways that you don't expect, and you're going to start sort of shifting in ways you don't expect. So there's going to be a little bit of bumpiness in regards with this, so people are going to start wanting to pull you back in to that sort of old groove or those old patterns. So it's about you recognising and going, hang on a minute, so say if it's about self-esteem or self-worth, and you know, the person you're working with comes up and goes, go and do that, I need that job done, you know, and you kind of like, oh, okay. So then it's about, you know, realising, hang on a minute, they didn't treat me with respect, they didn't treat me with love, they didn't treat me with what I deserve. So then it's about you going, okay, well, I'm going to be aware of that, what can I do next time? And then they say even before the next time, it's about going up to that person and going, look, I really didn't like the way you said that, you need the job done, that's cool. But it's about, you know, saying, can you do this job? Cheers, mate, thank you. You know, and it's about really putting yourself, they're saying that's about putting yourself in the driver's seat. That's about you really taking your power back and really going, you know, this is what I'm worth. I'm worth a lot more than this. And then, you know, as you're doing it, it's not going to be as hard as what you think, man, because I can feel all this fear, I can feel this, oh God, and it's really like, you know, it's quite closing and it's closing me off. It's about going, right, what am I going to look like? What is it going to feel like? You know, if I do this, I'm going to feel powerful, I'm going to feel strong, I'm going to look like $1 million, it's going to be sparkly and awesome. So it's about going, right, there's your choice. What do you want to do? You want to be sparkly and awesome? Just swallow it. Now, the fear's not going to go away, and it's about you just kind of going into it and going, all right, I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to do this, I'm going to try it and just see how it goes. And just do as best you can. And then when you do, reward yourself for it. And they're saying this is across the board in all kind of avenues of different things. So, all right, we're getting on to Monday. So Monday is really about seeing things clearly, and it's about really giving yourself some perspective and that sort of thing as well. And it's about honouring who you are and honouring what you want and really honouring where you're going and things like that. They're saying, you know, the situation might not be up to scratch, as you would say it, what you want at the moment. So how are you able to bring that in? Well, I'm going to walk around all Monday and go, yeah, man, I'm worth $1 million. I've got this awesome job. I've got this awesome thing. So it's really about putting yourself, to saying, I keep saying, in the driver's seat. So it's about really bringing that to you. And it's about being grateful for what you have, you know. So if you've got money coming in, if you've got a supportive friend, if you've got a cat or a dog or a bird or a fish that you live with that you really get enjoyment out of, it's going, yeah, man, I love my bird, I love my fish, that's so awesome. You know, I've got support from them and that sort of thing. So it's about really honouring what you've got and recognising those things. And they're saying this will just carry through, and then just take it easy for the rest of the day, because this is quite a big thing, but quite an easy thing as well. So just pull yourself back when you're not in that groove. Right, so Monday, all right, Tuesday. Tuesday is about action. It's about really going for it. It's about feeling good. It's about making Yeah, it's about making sense of things. So, you know, they're saying a lot of this stuff that you. I'm laughing because they're saying, as David would say, hippie stuff. You know, a lot of this esoteric stuff, a lot of this teachings about energy and this and that and that and that. They're saying, mate, it's about logic as well. So it's about logically, you know, what do you really want? What do you really deserve? How can you logically make this happen? You know, how can you do things? And it's really about marrying the two. But it's about having, it's about marrying the mind and the heart into the one thing. If you totally go with your heart, you're going to lose sight of the grounding. If you totally go with your head, you're going to lose sight with the feeling. So it's really about marrying those two aspects together and really going with it. And they're saying this is going to take a bit of practice, but just keep doing it, man. It's going to be really good. You're really going to... They're saying there's quite a lot of people out there that don't give themselves enough credit for who they are and what they do. So when you start doing this, it's about you really feeling better about yourself, empowering yourself, and really going with that stuff. And it's gonna work, man. It's really going to work, you know. Okay. Yeah, it's about attracting that feeling. And just going with it for as long as that feeling takes you. If it lasts a second, cool. If it lasts an hour, all day, cool as well. And they're saying the more that you do this, the more that snowball will gain speed and gain momentum, and it will just come down and just keep building energy. So they're going, just do the best you can and recognise yourself with that. All right, Wednesday. Wednesday's about grounding and things like that as well. So they're saying, you know, this is grounding. This is funny because they're saying grounding actually comes into logic and stuff like this as well. So grounding is about, you know, what things they're going, all right, let's just throw away all of the concepts and all this kind of stuff about grounding. What really grounds you? Okay, do you cook? When you cook, do you feel really grounded? Do you feel really focused? Are you in the moment? You know, when you're... They just said when you're singing in the shower, when you're singing at home, when you're by yourself, you're in that energy, but you're grounded, you're in the moment, you're in the flow, you're doing that stuff. When, you know, they're saying you can even do this driving. When you're on the drive home, you put on the radio, you zone out. You know, they're saying go for a walk in the park. Whatever grounding means to you, they're saying we're not going to tell you about whatever. It's about doing whatever you can be in the moment with. Being in the moment is being grounded. Being grounded is being centered. Being centered is being clear. And being clear is going to help you give whatever you want out there to bring that to you and to really give you the satisfaction and the joy, all right, and the momentum that you need. Now, a big thing with joy, all right, joy's coming into Thursday, yeah. So the thing is that people do so much stuff and they forget the joy. And what we told David this morning in his meditation is that joy is the biggest conductor of light, of abundance, of wisdom, of energy, of happiness, of all that real good stuff in life. So if you're not in joy, if you're not going, yeah, I'm really digging on this, whatever that may be, you know, and they're reminding me of a time when, you know, I had to pick the poo up out of my friend's yard. And picked the dog poo up, and I was like, I don't like doing this, and it actually grosses me out. But then all of a sudden I was like, no, I'm going to feel good about it, because then I've got a really good yard to walk around in, and I don't have to go and dodge all these landmines. So, you know, I found joy in that, and when I found joy in that, I was like, yeah, it doesn't take the stink away, it doesn't take any of that stuff away. But it enables me to really feel really good about it. And then my friend is going to be able to enjoy the yard with his family as well. And I was like, yeah, man, so that's bringing joy into, they're laughing, a shit job, you know. So it's about bringing that joy in. When you can bring the joy in, you really open up to so much more stuff coming in. So it's about connecting with the joy. And I can hear a fair few of you laughing out there about that. But you can even do it with things like that. So if you can do it with things like that, you can do that with anything really. So yeah, what are you really doing this for? You know, and it's about, hey, I'm doing this because I feel good. Okay, so we're getting on to Friday. So Friday is really about, I keep going like this, but I didn't have words, but it's about expansiveness. It's about really letting yourself go. It's about breaking down the barriers. It's about you recognizing what's around you, what's stopping you. Okay, that's the good one. That's where it's at. So it's about recognizing what's stopping you and what's actually, you know, sort of you're going, well, you know, I really want to do this, but this person's not on board with it. Okay, so what can you do about it in that situation? Or, you know, what they're saying, keep going on that groove. So now, how can you empower yourself in that situation? If you want to do something, say you want to go to a party, you want to go to an event, you want to go and do whatever you want to do, but you want your mate to come along and they're not on board with it, well, what choices have you got? Well, you can go by yourself. You know, you might meet somebody along the way. You can put a thing out on Facebook, go, hey, who's up with joining me to go to this thing? You can ask a bunch of other mates around you. This is about you not limiting your choices. No, so this is really about recognising where that block is and going, cool, I know you're there, out the window, you're gone, mate. Cut that sucker from my life, that is gone. What am I going, how am I going to open myself up and really enable that groove to come in and really enjoy it and stuff like that. Okay, so we're into Saturday. So Saturday, it's funny, I can feel people playing with dogs and things like this, and I can feel it's alright, so what's this about? It's about getting in touch with the child inside of you, and it's about letting that out. It's about realising about, you know, how much fun you used to have, you know, and all right, they're not going to bring up Indra because I might end up crying, and I don't want to do that during the thing, but it's really about being in the moment, and it's really about connecting with how much fun things can be when, you know, in essence, there's nothing there. Like when you're a little kid, and, or you know, not because you don't remember that, but when you see a little kid and you go to their house and you give them a present and they go, yeah, great present, and they throw it over their head, and then they're like looking at the box, they're putting the box on their head and they're playing with all their mates with the box. It's not about the present, it's about really, it's about getting into that groove of really having a good time when essentially there might not be anything there, but there's a lot there. They're saying there's a lot of substance in what you might think from your old perceptions there isn't any substance. You know, they're going, look, you know, a venue is only a venue. You know, it's just a shell, it's just a thing. But when you fill that full of people with an intention to have a good time, that's where the flavour is. That's where the fun starts. You know, a park's only a park, but when you fill it full of people that want to have a good time and spend time with their friends and their family and their partners and all these kinds of things, that's where the joy is, you know. So it's really about that, and it's really about connecting to what you can really create with, you know, well, you could, in essence, look at it and think it's not much, but it actually is heaps. Okay, so we're going on to Sunday. So Sunday is, what's Sunday about? All right, Sunday's a bit, oh, there's a flow there. It's a bit more groovy and stuff like that. All right, what does the groove saying? Okay, so yeah, the groove is saying this is about you giving yourself time to do what you want. You know, this is about time. This is about you flowing with things that are important to you. This is about not being too serious. They said just then, I'm like, got this all on my face. That's serious. They're going, enough of that. No more seriousness. So this is about really going with it and really about giving you what you need. You know, one thing I quite like, and I hope they're telling me you need to do this more, I haven't done for a while, is just lay in the park. Just lay down and just look up at the clouds and just zone out for a while. You know, they're saying this is about going with the flow. This is about really enjoying it. So it could be laying on the beach, you know, and just listening to the ocean. It could be about hanging out with friends. It could be about, you know, not doing much, just chilling out at home, having some music on. It could be about hanging out with friends. They're saying whatever that is, you know, this is what, you know, flow means to you. So it could be taking a bath, putting some music on, whatever that may be. So it's about going with what's really going to, you know, help you get, not help you get in the groove. It's about putting you in the groove. And it's just really about going with that, whatever it is. And for a fair few of you, they're telling me that, you know, you need to get out in nature a little bit more. Now, I can feel a fair few of you live around cities or suburbia and stuff like that. There's a lot of concrete and stuff like that. And as you walk around, you go, oh, you know, there's just this, there's just that. There's a lot of parks around your areas and things like that. So it's about, you know, going into those areas. It's about connecting with that energy. It's about going with, you know, what can nature bring to me? And that sort of thing as well. That's only for a few of you. And they're saying it's for all of you, but just more strictly a few of you. Okay. What else have we got? And, you know, the other thing they just want to leave you on is, you know, acknowledge how awesome you are. You know, I'm starting to get tears in my eyes because, you know, it's something that's quite difficult for quite a lot of people. And it's something we forget. You know, we want ups from other people. We want other people to say, you know, you're awesome. You know, you're beautiful. You're loved. You know, but how many times do you say that to yourself? And, you know, for a fair few people out there, it's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit difficult, you know, to actually go, I'm awesome. So if you can't say in your head, I'm awesome, or say out loud, I'm awesome, you know, how does that feel to be awesome? How does that feel to be loved? How does that feel to, you know, be supported, be important? You know, try to connect with that as best you can. And they're saying this is a work in progress, you know, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. And, you know, it's about congratulating yourself. You know, being on this earth is really difficult at times, and it can be quite daunting and quite overwhelming. And they're saying that the fact that you're here, the fact that you wake up every morning, the fact that you give it another go, the fact that you're willing to try, like, that is the most awesome and beautiful thing ever. And so it's not about what you do, it's about the fact that you try. It's about the fact that you're still giving it a go. So give yourself a bit of credit for the fact that you do that every morning. Alright. That was really beautiful. Thank you everyone who is watching this for letting me do that, because I got a lot out of that myself. Big ups, big love. Awesome.